Hey friend, welcome to the Vet Nurse Hacker. I'm Vicky, vet nurse specialist and your personal hype squad in scrubs. If you're tired of textbook advice and ready for the real, messy, hilarious side of vet nursing, you're in the right place. We're talking hacks, hard truths, and the stuff they definitely didn't teach you in school. So let's grab a coffee, roll up those sleeves, and get into it. Hey friends, welcome back to the Vet Nurse Hacker. I'm Vicky, your vet nurse BFF, and here today to have a real talk with you. Today's episode is called Good Nurse, Bad Day, How to Not Let One Shift Define You. And let's get brutally honest. We all have those shifts. You know, the one where everything can go wrong. It does go wrong. You miss a vein, a patient crashes, a client screams at you about their invoice. And by the time you clock out, you are just questioning your entire existence. So today I want to tell you, one bad shift does not make you a bad nurse. Seriously. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's chat about how to not let one crap day define you. So first things first, bad days happen, even to the absolute best of best and most amazing nurses. And that is just totally normal. Like, there is not a single person in this profession who hasn't had a day that has left them slumped in their car, staring into the void. Even rock star nurses that you look up to, they have had bad days too. And here's the thing, vet med is just chaos sometimes. You can have your schedule perfectly planned, patients neatly lined up, and then bang, you've got a seizuring dog coming in, a respiratory cat in distress, and just a receptionist telling you that 3 more emergencies have just walked in. It's not because you're bad at your job. It's just because vet med can be a circus sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it. And so permission slip, bad shifts happen, full stop. And I can tell you, it's absolutely happened to me. I've been in clinic more times than I can count, where I have had tick patients lined up needing obs back to back. And then all of a sudden, hey, this dog's been bitten by a snake, we think. Hey, this cat hasn't peed in 3 days. And the owner needs to surrender because they are cost constrained. Oh, also, this cat is in renal failure. Oh, and they just keep building up. And by the end of the day, you get to the day, the bucket is empty. You are covered in goodness knows what. You reach into your pocket to grab a pen, and out comes the godly piece of poop. Who knows how long that's been there for? And you know what? You don't even blink. Do not even bat an eyelid. You just chuck it out, wash your hands, carry on with your day, because you are so close to getting in that car and driving home. And compared to everything else you've been through that day, what's a bit of poop in the pocket when you thought it was a pen? We've all had those days because bad days just happen. But here's the thing. We take it personally. It just happens, and they often stick with us. Once we're in the car and we're driving home, we think back and we're like, oh goodness, how was Flower? How was Sally? How was Bella? And we get home and the next day we're like, oh, I should call and follow up on. And the next week, gosh, how did Bella go? And they stay with us. Here's the emotional gut punch. We're wired to care. We got into this profession because we love animals and helping people. And so when something does go wrong, we don't just clock out, we do take it home. But not everything is in your control. You could nail the blood draw, place the most perfect IV, run the most beautiful textbook CPR, and still lose the patient. You could explain a treatment plan like a total queen and still have a client call you rude, uncaring, all you care about is money. And you know what? You just hop right out and jump into your Lamborghini. This job is so full of variables, you just can't control them all. And if you keep blaming yourself for every bad outcome, you're going to burn out so fast. Caring is beautiful, but caring does not mean self-blaming, and there's a difference. So take a deep breath. You don't have to carry it all. So this is the part where we shift the narrative. A bad day does not equal a bad nurse. But how do you actually not let that bad day stick to you? Here's my favorite hack. We're going to flip the script. Imagine your coworker had the exact same day you did. They missed the vein, lost a patient, got yelled at by that client just to jump in the car in the Lamborghini, and they came out and they're telling you about it. And they're telling you about how many times they tried the catheter stick and it just wasn't working. And they had to try the other leg and that wasn't working. And they're trying the back legs, and God, they're just so shit. And how it went into such detail and so much effort to explain this invoice and to go as a gold standard plan, but that wasn't right. And so they had these other options, and the client was just yelling, and that wasn't right. And then to top it all off, they had a bad negative patient outcome. Are you going to turn around to your team member and say, God, you suck? Like, that is all your fault. You're terrible. Would you think that they're a bad nurse? God, no. You tell them that they're doing their best. They're human. They're still absolutely awesome. What a rock star. You deserve that same grace. Here's a tip. I have a little win file on my phone. Screenshots of thank you messages from clients, notes from teamwork, from teammates, memories of wins, big or small, and I keep them all together in this file. It could be emails, pictures, case outcomes, memos, anything, selfies, funny moments, have them all in this file. And on those days when I need a reminder, scroll through. One bad shift doesn't erase all of the good ones. Here's a great case that I had just yesterday, actually. We had a 50 kilo TPLO in, and I put this 50 kilo TPLO on a weight loss diet, and the dog, Chubbs, his name has come back in at 40 kilos. You bet that is going in my win file, because how awesome is that? This episode is brought to you by VetXR and by Uncage Me, the radical reset for the human behind the healer. If you're a veterinary professional who's been feeling the quiet weight of fatigue, emotional exhaustion, or just that sense of being lost behind the scrubs, Uncage Me was designed for you. It's an 8-week guided journey back to your identity, your boundaries, and your self-worth, because you were never meant to do this much, this fast, for this long. And you don't have to keep carrying it all alone. Learn more and join the reset at vetxr.com. That's www.vetxir.com, or find the link in today's show notes. Now, you've had a soul-sucking shift, one of those bad ones. You get in the car, your Lamborghini, of course. What now? Here's the key. Don't let those bad vibes follow you home. We don't want to get home into our sacred Zen space, step through the door and go, God, how is Flower doing? How's Bella? I should have put in another line. Gosh, should I have changed that fluid rate? Oh, what about if XYZ? Oh, did I use the right antibiotic? Did I follow up? No. Okay. It is time for us to decompress, to step aside and make home our Zen space. So what do we do to make that happen? Let's set a post-shift reset ritual. Now, this can look like whatever you want, anything for anyone, but here are some ideas. Why don't we decompress? Call a bestie, a friend who gets it, someone who gets it. and have a chat with them. And it could be a chat about anything. Could be a chat about your day, let someone to let it out. Could be a chat about something totally unrelated that helps reset and re-regulate your nervous system. Something that makes you laugh or giggle, or something that you're passionate about, like sport, I don't know, reality TV. Could be something that helps you connect with each other. Decompressing could be something that you do by yourself, because remember, not everyone gets energy from each other. So it could be something like journaling, listening to music, doing some art, whatever works for you. Disconnect. Absolute permission to do something mindless. Let your mind wander off. I mean, I'm not judging reality TV. Absolutely. But it could be other things like knitting, could be online shopping for dog accessories you don't need. Like I said, total judgment-free zone here. But hey, who am I? Disconnect in the way that you want. It could also be just permission to slow down. For some people, it's when they get home and they look at their house and say, here are my to-do list, and go about them in a fast pace. Just give yourself space to slow down. Also reflect. Now, when we reflect, we're often really critical and harsh on ourselves, and we complete a full-on post-mortem. We go head to tail of all the things, dissecting every little thing. I could have done this if we had have done this. She said he... No. What is one thing you learned today? Just a quick, what did today teach me? What did I learn? And your learn could have been, I made it. Huzzah, I survived. I know that I handled it. I survived. That means you can do it again, baby. Good job. That is still growth. Your learn could be, hey, man, I needed another coffee to get through it. Good on you. That's still a learn. That's still growth. Now, for me, my personal ritual is to get in the car after one of those days, and before I turn it on, is to have some 5 deep breaths. Sometimes it's a little more, not gonna lie. Just in total silence. Be extremely mindful of my body and let the tension go. And then when I pull into the driveway, do the same thing and intentionally create the space between work and home and let the tension go. Because that is my mind and my body leaving work, and my mind and my body entering my Zen space. That's my personal choice. Now, there is something called the 24-hour rule, and this is huge. And honestly, it saved my sanity more than once. And this is when you've had the horrible shift. Give yourself 24 hours before you do anything dramatic. And I have had many a friend, many a coworker have one of those shifts, and they've been like, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm doing XYZ, like breaking up with, buying another, insert dog, cat, horse, you name it. I'm going to insert Italy, France, London, China, here, and making huge life decisions. Now, I'm all for change and exciting opportunity, but maybe just give yourself the 24-hour rule first, because we can often make decisions in the height of emotion that maybe don't fit with how we feel the next day. So before you do anything huge, life-changing, exciting, just give yourself 24 hours to make sure you're not reacting, and instead you're responding to the situation. So don't send that letter of resignation. Don't book those flights. Don't buy that horse until you're really sure that is what you want. Don't just give your time to sleep. Eat something, because I know in those days, lots of you haven't eaten for 12 hours. Drink something. Watch reality TV on Netflix and let your mind peace out. Then reassess in 24 hours. And potentially your feelings haven't shifted. That is okay. But often they have gone from 99 back down to 50, and that can give yourself some space to breathe a little bit. And that's okay. Now, here's just your final reminder. You are a great nurse, even on bad days. It's your truth bomb to take away with you. Being a good nurse is not about never messing up. It's about showing up, even when it's hard. It's about caring, even when it hurts. It's about trying again after a shift that broke you. You are a good nurse. You had a bad day. And tomorrow, you'll put the scrubs back on, you'll tie your hair up, and you'll show up. Messy bun, it's caffeine in hand, so heart still wide open. And that is the real flex. One more day, still showing up. That is real power. So next time a shift leaves you questioning everything, just remember, you're allowed to have that bad day. You're allowed to struggle. You're allowed to not have it all together. One shift doesn't get to rewrite the whole story of who you are. If you're vibing with this kind of chat, follow along the podcast and drop a review if you're feeling generous. Until next time, keep being the amazing, great, fabulous vet nurse that you are. And remember, bad days can't define you. That's a wrap on this episode of The Vet Nurse Hacker. If you had a few, oh my gosh, same moments, don't keep them to yourself. Hit follow, leave a quick review, and share it with a vet nurse who needs a little extra love and real talk. Want to dive deeper? Head to the show notes and check out Uncage Me, my course for vet pros who are ready to ditch burnout and reclaim their joy. Thanks for hanging out, and remember, your scrubs don't define your worth, you do.